Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Boy, not a whole lot to say after that Duke victory in the Smith Center on Saturday night. Just a complete performance from the Blue Devils. Hubert Davis did his best to make sense of what happened for Carolina. He met with the media after that matchup. Let's hear some of Coach Davis's words.
You know, Duke's pressure really bothered us, specifically our guards, our point guards. You know, throughout the season at times, teams that have pressured us has really bothered us. And, you know, going into the game, one of the things that we talked about was that Duke was going to pressure the ball. They're going to play in passing lanes. And in order to be able to change sides of the floor and to be able to run our offense like we want to, that you're going to have to create space. You're going to have to make contact to be able to create that space to be able to catch the ball. We weren't able to do that. Their pressure on the ball bothered us to the point that we couldn't even get into our offense. And so it was really their pressure on the ball that made it really difficult for Caleb and for RJ, not only to create shots and to make shots, but also to get us into their offense. And so I really believe that their pressure was the determining factor that really bothered us on the offensive end. This was different than the losses earlier in the year to Tennessee and Kentucky. I don't contribute that to the same thing. I thought for the most part we played hard. We just didn't play smart and we didn't play together. At the end of the day, you know, we didn't have an answer for Paulo and AJ, with the exception from a defensive standpoint was Leaky. Unfortunately, we couldn't divide Leaky into two players, and we just didn't have an answer for those two. And so from an offensive standpoint, not only their ability to be able to score, but their ability at any time to create shots for their teammates. And so at the end of the day, Paulo and AJ were better than anybody that we had tonight. And so yes, I agree with Leaky from the standpoint that they punched us in the nose at the beginning of the game, but I was really encouraged at halftime. You know, going down, you know, I think 23 in the first half, and then going into the half, and we could have cut it to 10. Brady missed a free throw, but, I mean, we had it to 11 at halftime. And so one of the things that we talked about and I was expecting was us to throw the first punch in the second half and really put some life into this crowd, into our team. And I really think that the difference was their response at the beginning of the game and their response at the beginning of the second half. They just took it to us on both ends of the floor at the beginning of both halves, and we were just playing catch up the entire game from there. You know, sometimes guys just play better than other guys. You know, it's not really an answer to, you know, this solution. You know, one of the things that I told them that if anytime, whether it's in the park or playing pickup and somebody pressures you that much, your response would be just to go by them and be able to make a play. If somebody picks you up that far out, you have to compliment Jeremy Roach, you have to compliment Wendell Moore, and also Trevor Keels. Their pressure, their ability defensively to be able to pressure and to be able to contain really bothered us, and to the point that even if we were trying to help RJ and Caleb out with the ball screen to relieve pressure, their pressure and their ability stopped us from even coming off the ball screen. So, you know, there are times there isn't a solution other than tip your hat to a certain player or a particular team in which that they played. At the end of the day, sometimes you play and you don't play as well as you want to play. I mean, I played 4 years here and 12 years in the NBA, and there were games that I didn't play well. It wasn't a particular answer of why didn't I play well, but at times I didn't play the best that I wanted to play. And I would say the same thing, and that I think Caleb and RJ would say is that, it just, today's game, their guards and their pressure bothered us to the point that, we didn't play our best game, particularly on the offensive end. And so that's something that you can learn from and grow from it and get ready for the next game. Thought they did a really good job on Armando. Mark Williams has tremendous length and athleticism, and he did a good job of making Armando score over top of him and wasn't allowing him to get angles close to the basket, where Armando has done a really good job of that this season.
We come from different places to experience a piece of history and leave our own mark on the storied fairways of number 2.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Some traditions just keep getting better and better. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL, and America's best-selling trucks now for the 45th year in a row.
I need to try it first.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Okay, I'm gonna try it first.
Yes! I need to try it first.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison & Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s. Carolina Insider, it's presented by Wells Fargo.
Other action going on around Chapel Hill as well, and we want to highlight some of that here for you before we finish things up on the Carolina Insider. That includes women's basketball. They went on the road to Wake Forest, picked up a big win, 78-59 over the Demon Deacons. Really impressive, particularly first half for Carolina in that game. And then wrestling closed its home schedule for the season with a big victory over a ranked Pittsburgh team. The guys still have a couple of matches upcoming, but they will be on the road. Let's see some of that footage of Carolina's win in women's basketball over Wake and wrestling against Pitt.
They like to let it fly. I mean, they have shot a ton of threes, so look for that this afternoon. And right there, we see UNC, Usby.
Tar Heels with an early 7-2 lead. Oh, nice little give and go, and Todd Williams lays it in. There's her first layup of the night.
Yeah, it's her first layup, and that was a great job by Pitt. She wasn't able to gather that first rebound, but defended well, and a nice shot right there by Kelly, seemingly like she's getting it going. She said she was focusing too much, and here's another opportunity to get her third layup of this game. Nice job. You see Wake Forest playing this 2-3 zone, really moving.
Usby knocks down the zone-busting triple.
UNC was playing aggressive defense, confusing like it was a matchup zone.
Answer at the other end.
Look how deep that three was. Not to say she can't hit that shot, but that is far out.
Oh, goodness, what an unbelievable pass. Head to Usby. Kennedy Todd Williams with a laser beam one bounce settled in Usby's breadbasket like it was meant to be.
Yeah, now that might be Scottie Pippen-like. That was a great pass.
That was unbelievable. And then another dish
one.
ahead. Usby lays it in for the second straight time. Looking ahead, it's Eva Hodgson from the corner, knocking it down. Tar Williams pass deflected. It finds Hodgson. She's open, and she swished it. What a big shot for Eva Hodgson as the clock winded down.
What works and what allows them to put themselves in a good position and knock them down.
Oh, what a pass. Hodgson to Usby. Courtney Banghart was singing the praises of Destiny Adams and her toughness earlier today, and she gets the payoff.
Look at that. I mean, when you work hard and put yourself in a great position.
They came out, they threw a convincing haymaker early, and they finished it late with some big buckets. Carly Littlefield continues the onslaught. Courtney Banghart picks up her 300th career victory as UNC wins it by a final of 78-59.
Philippi misses. Heilman grabs the right leg.
Immediately on the reshot, getting in deep there, fighting for those 2 points. Not going to give it to him just yet. And
Carolina's bench and crowd calling for the takedown, and they get it. Sometimes we forget with so many grad students being able to move around and play whatever sport they want right away. And forget the youngins got to sit out of here as Sherman gets on the board first with a double leg. Going to turn it around on Mancini himself.
Immediately get that takedown. That is one of the strongest Turks I've seen.
There's 2 points for
off a single leg. That is so cool to watch. Been doing a lot for wrestling in general. They've had a lot of great competition, and especially with North Carolina and NC State being ranked. And
the final horn will sound.
Connor's going to get that extra point for the decision, for the riding time. With a minute left, both these guys on neutral. Loud is pushing the pacing. And you see it here, deep on that double leg.
He's going to get 2 for the takedown. He also got 1 on a stall warning, which is the second against Kernan.
An impressive duck under and a big slam from Kane.
Kane getting this crowd here in Chapel Hill to their feet. Harvey playing defense here, trying to stay away from another takedown. Kane in on a leg. Gets the 2 points as the buzzer sounds. Slinger using the head to stay away from getting to his back.
Interesting technique.
And there's the 2. Who can dig deep and find that little bit extra to pull out the win. All Whitman needs to do is get the escape. He does. 4-3 lead. And 19-12, the final, Carolina taking the victory.
We'll be back next week here on the show, talk about a bunch of Tar Heel stuff, including men's basketball. 2 games upcoming for Carolina. Similar schedule to this past week. They'll be on the road Tuesday night. That's a game against Clemson, originally scheduled for 9 o'clock. That has been moved to a 6 o'clock tip in Littlejohn. We'll be on the air radio-wise at 5 p.m. for that one. Then the Heels back home on Saturday. They'll see Florida State. That is a 2 o'clock start between the Tar Heels and the Seminoles. We'll have footage of that and much more next week. Thanks for being here on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. And brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar, Coca-Cola with zero sugar and now even more delicious. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield.